Links in Adobe Acrobat Pro. Links are the easiest way to make a PDF file dynamic, a dynamic electronic document. Links are bookmarks that reside on your document page rather than in a navigation pane. So you click on the hot area of the link, and most times you lay a link on top of an existing graphic or text on the page. So let's go ahead and create a link on a page. So what I'm going to do is go to my tools. What I want to make sure is I have the edit PDF. So under tools, you'll locate edit PDF. If you don't already, you can add the shortcut. So I'm going to click on my edit PDF, and you'll notice at the top I see a link. So what happens when you edit the PDF, your text now becomes editable. You can basically edit this PDF document, but what we want to do is add a link. So clicking the add a link, I have some options here. I can add or edit a web or document link. I can create a web link from a URL. I can remove a link, I can append a link, and I can view my web links. Let's do the add, edit, web, or document link. So what I need to do is click and drag an area. So I'm going to click and drag over top of the logo here. And what happens is my create link dialog box will open. So here's where I then can select my link appearance. So at the top under my link type, I can choose to make this be either visible or invisible. We're going to keep it invisible because I want to see the graphic on my PDF. I don't want to have a big box over top of that area. We can also choose a highlight style. Again, I want to kind of keep the look of my logo. I don't want to have something highlight over top of it. You can, however, do that if it's a look that you'd like. If I were to choose a style, then of course I would have those attributes to those linear components, such as the line thickness, the color, those types of things. And here's my link action. So I can go to a page view. So this is very similar to a bookmark. I can open a file, I can open a web page, or I can select a custom link. I'm going to choose to open a web page. So I'm going to make sure that a radio button is selected, and we'll click next. And here's where I enter in my URL. So let me get my URL. I'm going to just have this connected to the actual web address for Ridgewater. I'm going to copy and paste it and click OK. And there it is. If I chose go to a page view, then what I would end up doing is actually linking to a specific page view, and it would prompt you to open a specific view at that moment and then set it. You would set the link. How about an email link? Let's go on to my third page here. So I'm going to navigate to page 3, and let's make this logo have a link that triggers an email. Okay, so same type of deal. I'm going to go to my link, and I'm going to choose the top one again, add, edit, web, or document link. I'm going to drag around that area that I want to have trigger the email. And in this case, I'm going to keep it invisible. I'm not going to have it highlight. I am going to do the open web page. Okay, so then I'm going to click next. And in order to do an email, I have to have a specific format. So I have to use mail to. Okay, let's make that not be all caps. We'll do mail to :email at my address. So I'm going to actually put my address in here so you can see. amy.maher@ridgewater.edu. All right, and we're going to click OK. So now that area it triggers an email. So what if I want to modify an existing link? What I'm going to do is navigate here, and I'm going to right click on this link and go to Properties. So here I can change my attributes, and here's the action. And so if I needed to edit this, I certainly could click on it and I could do some editing. I also can select other actions if I wanted to. All right, we're going to cancel out of that. We're not actually making any changes. I'm going to close my box here. Let's see if this works. So remember, I have my two options up here for tools. And it did. It opened my browser. It opened the browser and opened my web page. So that does work. Let's try the email. So it's on page 3. Let's click on this. You can see the tooltip pop up. And what will happen is it'll trigger whatever email system you may have. It'll trigger an email. So that's exactly what we want. The link to a website and a link that triggers an email.